sometimes you can just look online, look around you, and then you notice that, this person has published their own novel, and this person has done part 3 of their series. This person's script has been turned into a movie, and then you just look at yourself and you're like, something wrong somewhere. Like, am I doing something wrong? And then you're like, but the last time I saw this person didn't even know how to write, and all of a sudden they've published a book. That is the myth of overnight success. Hello, thank you for straying all the way to my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, I'm Adeyemi Tayo, or you can call me Aduni. I'm a writer, and I'm here to show you how to become a better writer. You know, when we see other people, we just assume they just blew up overnight. We don't consider behind the scenes. We don't consider what they went through, what they did behind the scenes. We just assume, this person don't blow. But that's not usually the case. I really apologize for the noise. I had to record, okay? I had to record, because if I don't record, you people will not get all of this juicy information. So I'm really sorry about the noise. There was this picture I saw the other day, and they were trying to compare what we see on the internet and what really happens behind the scenes, or what we see on social media actually. And then what we see on social media, we just see they used circles to represent this, and we just see the blue circle that turned yellow, and we're like, oh my god, he just blew up just like that, yada. But behind the scenes, that blue circle had to go through a period of turning green before turning yellow. If I can find the video, I'm going to put it up somewhere on the screen. And I'm like, that is actually true. We look around us sometimes and we just see that, this person blew up, but we don't consider behind the scenes. And that's why I would say overnight success is actually a myth. What actually happens behind the scene is that this person masters the skill of writing, and of course, while they are growing as writers, definitely they get better, and they end up seeing like the best results of their journey. Not everybody, some people would, but not everybody would show you the journey of how they got to where they are now. That's why it's a myth, because at the end of the day, behind the scenes, this person is mastering this skill of writing. They are going through all the phases they need to go through. In one of my videos, I talked about the bad writing phase. They have gone through that phase, but we did not get to see them going through that phase and growing into the best version of themselves as writers. That is being portrayed on the social media. That's being portrayed on social media. It's dangerous to compare yourself with others, whether you're a writer, a singer, a dancer, an architect, whoever you are. This is general knowledge. Do not compare your life. Do not compare your success with another person's success, because at the end of the day, what we see on social media are the highlight reels. We never see what's going on behind the scene. So when you see someone who has succeeded in their craft and you want to be like that person, do not compare yourself with that person, because first of all, you're probably just starting, and that person started what, a few years ago, probably 5 to 10 years ago. Of course, their present situation is going to be very different from yours. So do not compare your journey. It is very common knowledge that comparison is the thief of joy. When you do not have joy and you're comparing yourself to other people or other writers, it is really difficult for you to settle down and focus on your own project or on your own journey. Because when you compare yourself to other people, you look at them and you're like, oh my god, this person is doing better than me, they've been in the game. You look at them and you say to yourself that, this person is way better than me, I can never measure up to this person. And that's why I love to talk about like finding your unique voice, finding your authenticity. That person found their unique voice and their authenticity, and that is why he was able to get to where he is. He probably started the way he did, or even worse than he did. So as much as possible, do not compare yourself to others. The only time I would say, okay, it's okay for you to compare yourself to another person is when you are looking for inspiration, or when that comparison can build inspiration in a way that it will actually push you to do better. It's actually possible. I have done that. I would look at somebody and I'm like, oh my god, this person is living her best life, especially when it comes to like femininity and living the soft life. I want to live the soft life. Sometimes I'll look at people that I know personally and I'm like, oh my god, this person is living her soft life. It was until recently I decided to use that as inspiration, as motivation to push myself to do better. Because before I would say, oh, this person is living a soft life, oh my god, why not me? It was until recently I told myself that, okay, this person is actually doing what it takes or what it requires to live the soft life. Why can't I do the same? The only time I would allow you to compare yourself to another person is if it's going to inspire you to do better. Okay. Redefine what success means to you, or define what success means to you. When you compare yourself to another, or when you believe that somebody experienced the overnight success, you will ask yourself this question: what does success mean? Does success mean publishing your first book? Does success mean finishing your first draft? Does success mean writing 1,000 words today? You have to redefine what success is to you. When you do that and you begin to understand or redefine what success is to you, you would grow, you would become a better writer. Instead of just sitting around and comparing yourself or your writing journey to another person. And that's the thing about life. We are all on our own journey. We are running our individual race. If this person gets to their goal faster than you do, even if you're literally doing the same thing, sometimes it happens like that. If this person gets to their goal before you, it's their life, it's their individual race. So focus on your focus on your journey, focus on what you really want to do, focus on where you're going, and then you will reach your goals, and you will reach them with joy in your heart. Because there's this thing that comparison does. It makes you bitter at the end of the day. It builds resentment in you. It just builds this bitterness, this envy, and that's not something you want to do as a writer, especially when you're a Christian writer. Okay? What works? What works is consistency over intensity, learning over perfection, and relationships over reach. To sum it all up, be consistent. Don't focus on intensity. As a writer, it's better for you to write 200 words every day than to try to finish 10,000 words a day. I know it's a little bit extreme, but we do it sometimes. Okay, it's just like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and work out for 12 hours and expect to lose weight, or expect that 12-hour session to work for you throughout the rest of the month. No, you have to go every day. It's better for you to go every day and work out for 30 minutes every day than for you to work out for 12 hours in one day. So it's the same thing with writing. Consistency is better than intensity. Okay? And relationships, you have to build a relationship with your audience. I'm not talking about like actual relationships, like you don't necessarily have to know where they live, but you have to write something that they can connect with, rather than just looking for a wide audience. If your book or if your story can connect with just one person, it is better than having so many people promise to read your work, or having so many people read your work without any form of connection. Do you understand? what I'm saying. And during the phase before you succeed, you are going to learn whether you like it or not. When I was in secondary school, a teacher told me, one of my teachers told me that if you, they used to ask us to write essays, to improve our writing, and then he said that if you go back to read your previous essays and you do not laugh at yourself, it means that you have not learned anything. And I have held on to that word, and I use it to measure my growth. Sometimes it's better for you to learn in this phase than for you to pursue perfectionism. You can never be perfect, no matter who you think you are. You can never be perfect, so don't even think about perfectionism. Just write and learn in the process. So at the end of the day, there's a reward in taking your time, and whatever you do today, but when you're scrolling on social media, just remember that you do not see behind the scenes. Okay, there is no such thing as overnight success. You are not seeing what that person is going through behind the scenes. Sometimes your favorite content creator is probably crying. He or she is probably, struggling to wake up and film. You never know. You just watch it. You like it. Maybe it's funny. Maybe it's educative. You just like it and you move and you go about your day. But you never know what happened behind the scenes. So at the end of the day, do not compare yourself with another person. And always have it at the back of your mind that overnight success is impossible. Okay? Thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stray from